welcome back.
Yeah.
To the 3-Man Cult, episode 4.
Maybe?
Yes.
This was not recorded on January 1st.
Nope.
This is not... Whatever day that this is uploaded is the day that we recorded it. I'm not even...
Yep.
I don't even know what January 1st is. I am
It's
pretty
a holiday.
sure that that's not a real date, actually. Can we all pretend like we're aliens and we don't know what New Year's is?
Wait, what's the Italian name for January?
Januario.
Januar.
January. What's the Sicilian name? It's the same as Italian, right? Sicily and Italy are the same?
Yeah.
Is that a controversial joke to make?
It's something I don't know a whole lot about. I believe it's an island.
Sicily is an island, and if you ask a Sicilian if they're Italian, they'll kill you.
Whoa.
They'll unalive you.
They're Sicilian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like being a New Yorker.
Yeah. Wait, is New Jersey part of New York? Or is it a different state?
It's a different state.
For real?
Really? Dude, I don't know. I don't fucking know. You think I
If you're
care?
from Jersey, you're from Jersey.
Dude, I don't care. I can name all the South American countries, though, but I do not know all the states.
I think I could probably do that too.
Name all the states right now.
Every state?
Just really fast. Come on. We
Alabama,
don't have a lot of time.
Arkansas,
Faster.
Alaska,
Faster.
California,
Denver,
Delaware,
Colorado.
Oh, I forgot Connecticut. You really want me to do them all?
Wait, all 50 states, or are
Yeah.
you doing all the southern states?
Every
All 50 states.
all the countries in South America, or all the states? Okay, Washington, Oregon, Nevada, Utah.
All right, now every other one, South American country.
Okay, South Dakota, Chile, North Dakota, Argentina. We're gonna go. Wait. Okay, then we're gonna go Oklahoma, Colombia, Nebraska, Brazil,
Oh, yeah, Brazil.
Kentucky, Paraguay,
Oh, my God, you're good at this.
Are you memorizing? Are you reciting the song in
Tennessee.
your head?
Is there a song?
Yeah.
There's a whole song.
Wait, there's a song where the lyrics are the American states and the South American
Alaska,
countries?
Alabama, Arkansas,
Oh, okay.
Arizona. Yeah.
I was like, wait, what? Like, why would there be a song with these South American countries? And man, America is kind of dumb, right?
Yeah,
We should be like 50 different countries.
I agree. You guys want to hear a song?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. To the bottom, dear, I had to fall. But you really caught me. You really caught me, dear. Bottom, where I'd fallen. And slowly, dear, ask, would you dance with me? Here's the shades down, the lights off. But I didn't know you. Everything I do is done badly. But I'll love you always. Or even when I say you distract me. I just needed to get that out of my soul
Can
for
you
a
talk
minute
to me
there.
about what that song is and who that's by?
You're going to have to find out on your own on the Google machine once. That was
Can
just
I-
a little fairy tale dream I dropped for you.
Can I that actually just reminded me of something that actually happened to me. Can I tell a story?
Yeah.
I'd love to hear it, dude.
I just disclaimer, I told Tanner this, Albi, I didn't tell you this, but I was editing the first episode and I could not stand to listen to how much I was talking. I'm going to try and talk less cuz there was so many edits of just you going and I was just like, God, why did I talk so much?
Hey, maybe I need to talk more.
Yeah, what the fuck, man?
It's an equal vibe.
Okay.
We're still learning how to vibe on this, dude.
Well, I used to live in a city where like the coolest place to go was a bowling alley that had a bar at it.
Careful.
And what?
Careful.
Why?
Continue.
Wait, why am I being careful?
Continue.
Is there like something that I could possibly say that's offensive?
I didn't mean to interrupt.
Okay, so there's a bowling alley and a
Careful.
bar,
Just be careful.
and there's a Denny's. Is it
Denny's
getting
is
better?
cool.
Yeah,
Denny's.
So on the way home from Denny's, me and my buddies found these drunk people out in a parking lot, and we joined in and we just kind of were like, "Hey, what are they doing?" There was 2 guys that were showing off their voices, and the first guy did what you did for a full 5 fucking minutes, sat there with his hands in his pockets. An honest man's work.
You could do it
Hard
too.
and hard. Yeah. My hair's fucking. See, this is why I need a haircut. But he did that for 5 minutes, and we all stood in awkward silence as the pretty average country singing voice.
Yeah.
Not saying that you are, but you reminded me of
I
the
was-
silence.
Give me a rating.
You're fine. I don't know, man. Shut up.
I'm talking 1 to 10.
I'm just kidding. A rating? I'd say it's probably a 5. It's an average.
Okay.
It's not the best
Right in the
country
middle.
voice I've ever heard.
I'm totally cool with that.
But the next guy was a guy that was going like, lean on me when you're not strong.
Uh-huh.
I just can't. I'll never forget that moment because we all stood there and were subject to that, and it was so bad.
Subject to that? I don't like the way you emphasized that.
Subject
when you
to
said
that?
it, that word, yeah.
Oh, should I say subject to that? How do you pronounce tuberculosis?
You could have said subjected.
How do you pronounce tuberculosis?
Tuberculosis is what I would say. Tuberculosis.
Tuberc or not tuberc?
Eulosis. How do you say nuclear?
Nuclear.
Nuclear?
There's no U in nuclear, except for the one.
It's nuclear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but there's no nuclear.
Right. Bush ruined that for us.
That was Bush.
Yeah, that was Bush. The son of Bush said, nuke.
We don't have
nuclear.
any nuclear weapons. It's like, I see what he did there.
It's
We don't
nuclear.
have any nuclear weapons.
Did any of us grow up with the average American nuclear family? You guys know about the nuclear family, right?
Nope.
What is that?
It's just like a mom and dad and a brother or sister and
Yeah.
a dog. You've
And
got
a
the
dog.
perfect. You don't have any other generations.
And a dog and a truck. And a farmhouse where you fuck.
Whoa.
Oh, dude. I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
just wrote the next summer's greatest pop
And
anthem.
through the hard times and bad luck. Keep it going.
Oh, man. I can't. But why were you bringing up the nuclear family? The nuclear family?
Don't know, man. It's just what happens in the brain when different synapses connect and different trains of thought, and you have a little bit of too much coffee, and you hear words. And
What do you
just keep
call...
talking.
What do you call a nuclear... Dude, now I'm fucked up on that word. Nuclear family that's a stepsister and a stepmom and stepdad.
Where are you going with this one?
I don't know.
Careful.
Yeah. And there's a bowling alley and a bar.
It's a modern family.
It's a modern family. That's a paid subscription family right there.
That's a basic cable family right there. That's a network cable, Modern Family, huh?
Modern Family?
Yeah, it's a network show.
I don't like that kind of...
Yeah, ABC?
That's a good show.
Am I lame if I say I don't like those shows and I don't like sitcoms?
Well, you're a huge
You don't like
hater.
sitcoms?
Yeah, I am a huge hater of those kind of shows.
You
I don't like
that?
canned laughter. I don't like being told when to laugh.
They only have to do that because the audience
it's not
genuinely
funny.
laughed the first time, and then they have to do like 12 takes. And then what do you get? I mean...
To
you
get the
know.
best.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how that sitcom
Plus,
life works.
What if you do it and somebody laughs so hard that it ruins the scene? That could happen.
There's one guy that's yeah.
Yeah, that could happen. And you gotta kick him out.
I mean, I guess there's okay. Maybe I am a hater because if sitcoms are so huge in society and like Jerry Seinfeld is rich for being the most basic comedian.
So rich. But we can get into whether or not because you don't like Seinfeld.
Oh, but Jerry Seinfeld was a great stand-up.
I agree.
Was he?
I agree.
Do you know
Still.
what the deal with airplane food is?
What's the deal? See, that's how
Do you
it
know
gets
the
played
joke?
out now. No. Oh,
There's an actual
joke?
punchline to what's the deal with airline food?
Is it Jerry Seinfeld though?
Yeah. It's so plain.
What's the deal?
No, shut the fuck up.
It's
right
so
now.
plain.
Shut the fuck
That's
up.
the fucking punchline.
That doesn't sound like a Seinfeld pun, but I don't know.
It's so plain. Come on, you can picture Jerry saying that.
That's that's brutal.
You know what I can picture Kramer saying?
Tell me.
Some bad stuff. At a bar and a bowling alley.
Careful.
Oh, jeez.
We've treaded these waters.
Lord Donald Trump, if you're listening to us right now, please save us. Donald Trump, please save us. That was my bit. Did you like it?
Was that your Ricky Bobby moment?
Have you seen those videos of people actually doing that?
I
Where they're
believe that
crying
out
and they're
there.
like, Trump, please, if you can hear this, please come back. Donald Trump, save us.
So interesting.
There's one where like a guy's in his car because like he ran from the cops, and the cops are like pointing guns at him, and he's like, "Save me, Donald Trump! Save me, Donald Trump! Save me, Donald Trump! Please, Donald Trump, if you can hear me." I'm like, "Wow, that's crazy."
Like, what do people think he's gonna do?
I think Donald Trump to these people is like Superman.
Oh yeah,
I've seen enough imagery. Did we not check out his NFTs? He's got a
We did.
that's proof that he's Superman.
yeah
Dude, I can't believe I didn't buy Trump
photographic
NFTs.
evidence.
What would his superhero name be?
Donald Trump's superhero?
Well, it's based off of what his superpower is, right?
Money.
Diaper shit.
I was just gonna say Mr. Diaper.
yeah. There's money, Mr. Money. Oh man, yeah. What's a name for someone that throws money at a problem?
Batman.
Ooh.
So Donald Trump
Good
is
one.
Batman. yeah.
No, he's more like a. Did you guys watch the Marvel movies?
I have seen some Marvel movies.
He's
yes.
like the guy from Hammer.
I don't know what that is. What
the hell is
What's Hammer? Is that a show?
Oh, is it Hammer? I forgot what it's called. I think it's Hammer. Did you watch Iron Man, the second one?
Yes.
Remember his
Yeah.
rival?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure they're.
Oh, Hammer, like Hammer Tech or Hammer Industries or whatever they
Yeah,
call
I'm
them.
pretty sure
Army
that's what it
Hammer?
was.
Army Hammer. Batman is Donald Trump is kind of like Batman. Elon Musk is kind of like Batman.
No, Elon Musk is like Lex Luthor.
Like Lex Luthor.
See, I don't know enough about
Okay.
these heroes.
Okay.
He's like a not a bad guy, but not a good guy.
Lex Luthor?
He doesn't
Yeah.
care whomst he steps on in the name of his.
He's just there
Gains
to.
and
He's just
sciences.
doing what he's doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we have a movie where a DC character talks about how Six Flags has rides named after real life superheroes in the DC universe, and they're like self-aware that they're a ride? And like if you don't have a ride, you're not a good hero. Because like what? They have the Riddler, they have Lex Luthor, they have Superman, Batman.
I don't think there's a Lex Luthor ride.
Yeah, wasn't there?
Yeah.
There was a
There's
Lex Luthor.
Lex Luthor
Yeah,
ride.
they shave your head.
Oh, that sounds sick,
They scalp you.
dude. So you know how
Lex Luthor scalping instead.
you know how you lay down on the Riddler. You know how you
Yeah.
get in and then it makes.
That's
you
such
go
a cool
like
ride.
And then it like
that. So we were getting on the Riddler. We were about to get on, and then the car's getting off, and the people are getting out, and the lady her thing goes, and the barf is dripping off of it back onto her because she barfed so much everywhere.
holy crap.
Another time, you ever been?
Oh my
You ever
God.
been on La Revolucion at Knott's Berry Farm?
Which one is that?
Just goes like that.
Oh, it's
did we talk about this?
is this the
already?
corn on the cob one that goes,
No, it's the one that goes.
or
up.
is it one that's like this and it
It's
just
like a hand, yeah. And it goes
oh
like that,
yeah,
and it
no,
spins
I've
around.
never been on that,
So, somebody barfed and it went, it was like,
and it sprayed everywhere.
yeah.
Maybe we did talk
swear
about
we
this.
talked about barf last time on rides.
Did we talk about being afraid of roller coasters? Were you guys ever afraid of roller coasters?
No, never.
Yeah, yeah.
I was as a little kid.
I had to suck up the fear. I had a stepdad that was like, "You want to go to Six Flags?" And I was like, "Yes, I love going to Six Flags." Totally terrified to go.
You're not my son. I can't do any other voice today, man. Trump literally ruined comedy. You're not my son unless you go on this ride. Did
Now
he
you
say
sound
that
like
to you?
my stepdad wasn't Batman.
You're not my son. Now I sound like Nathan Explosion.
Swear to me.
I'm not wearing hockey pants. That's all I remember from Batman.
Yeah.
So your stepdad was abusive?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he forced me.
Oh.
He went to grab my neck like this, and he's like,
You're gonna like it.
"Get on accelerator."
I'll show you how La Revolucion. And he like lifted you,
Yeah.
up, spun you around.
It's like Riptide 720.
Stepdads are crazy.
Yeah.
I never had one though.
I
Do you
had
ever have a
I had
stepdad,
couple. That's
Albi?
cool.
No.
Do you had a
want
stepdad? You had a couple?Ait, what?
Do you want a stepdad?
Whoa.
Whoa.
Are you saying that you're gonna get with my mom?
I mean, I can.
Oh, you know what? For the sake of being my stepdad, Albi, I would allow it, but I don't know. I don't know if you'd like my mom.
She's a nice lady.
She's a nice lady.
Affirmative.
I don't know. I've
She
never
loves
had
her
a step.
son. I mean, what more could you want?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I don't know. I never had a step parent really. I don't think any of my parents ever remarried.
You ever have a step ladder?
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, me too.
Uh-huh.
Did you hear that person outside scream about their car? That distracted me.
What's the highest you ever been on a step ladder?
I've gone all the way.
Top So we're talking top level.
Yeah,
top shelf,
level.
top G,
Was somebody holding it or what?
top
Yes.
top ladder step.
That's fucking legit, dude.
So what are you gonna inject into this conversation to make it fun again?
Step ladders, dog.
All right, so let's talk about this.
What are we talking about?
I'm segueing this.
Speaking of clever segues.
We should write a movie.
Uh-huh.
Here's my movie idea. I'm pitching this to you, okay? The morning is called the movie is called The Morning After.
Okay.
And it's a really annoyingly typical comedy about two people that get together, they hook up, the girl gets pregnant the morning after she finds out, but then they want to keep the baby and then they have to raise it, right? Does
Okay.
not matter how well the first one does because we're going to make so many sequels about that couple and their kid and the families. It's going to be like Meet the Fockers where they just didn't stop making that same movie with different names. You know what I mean?
Like Cheaper by the Dozen and Cheaper by
Yes.
the Dozen too.
And Cheaper by the Dozen and Cheaper by the Dozen
Mm-hmm.
And just kidding. I know that's Dumb and Dumber. And then we call it, and we do holiday specials. So we call it The
Okay.
Morning After New Year's, and it's a New Year's family party. The morning
Okay.
after Christmas, the morning after Valentine's Day. We can make so much money doing that. And we just cast all the A-list asters
Mm-hmm.
that no one
No,
cares
you have to
about
get
anymore.
you have to get like really B-list actors. 'Cause that's what you really want.
Well, Robert Downey Jr.
Okay.
has to play the dad. Always. He
The
always has
dad?
to be the asshole dad.
Okay.
Grandpa.
RDJ Grandpa.
RDJ Grandpa. Wait, no. Robert De Niro. Did I say Robert Downey Jr.?
You said Robert Downey Jr.
I meant Robert De Niro.
We were talking about Iron Man, so I get that.
Robert De Niro is the grandpa. Jason Segel is the dad.
He's a good dad.
Okay.
And they have two kids, and they're played by Emma Roberts, because she can still
Okay.
play a kid, because she just looks the same that she did when she was like a teen.
Yes.
And
She plays young.
Yeah, she plays young. And who's the baby? Whose face do we
John
see?
Travolta.
John Travolta
Oh.
on the face of a baby.
Yeah.
John Travolta is scary looking now. He looks terrifying.
He kind of looks like Steven Seagal.
He does.
Yeah.
He's like he's like the same alien species as Segan.
He's been wearing a wig for a while.
By the way, I can't talk today.
You should have some more coffee.
If you're bald, do you own it and just be bald, or do you wear a toupee?
Dude, you have to be buff if you're bald, or else you're ugly. That's just how it goes.
No.
Yes.
Jason
yes.
Statham is not buff.
Yeah.
What? Jason Statham is
No,
buff.
he's shredded.
He's shredded, right?
Yeah.
No, but he always wears a suit. You
Can
can't
we
tell.
look up Jason Statham shirtless right now?
Okay, first let's look up Jason Statham with
That's weird.
with
Why,
a shirt
why does
on.
it come up right away?
Whoa, it's right there.
So okay, like Jason Statham.
You just had to type J.
Yeah, Jason Statham is attractive, but he's got a beard.
So
Oh, look at him without the shirt on right there. Oh my god, dude, he is so ripped.
He's got that V that goes down to the pubis
Oh.
See, that's not attractive to me. The one on the right is not it, in my opinion.
Well, I think he
Are
looks
you
fine
body
there.
shaming Jason Statham?
I think he
right
looks
now?
fine there. I think
Well,
he looks-
that's the thing is that's what I'm not that buff, but like just picture that, but only fat. That's what I look like without a shirt on, and I don't think I'm very attractive without.
Oh,
a
so
shirt
then
on.
you just need a beard. I
You
think if
you
you just
look
have a beard,
like the one on the right
that.
without a shirt on.
but like less muscle, more fat, like
All
less
right.
defined.
All right.
But like it's like hot privilege. Like look at The Rock. The Rock is built, and he's attractive.
Well, he was attractive no matter
Totally
what.
subjective, bro.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, The Rock was like look at The Rock when
Because if I say like, dude, bald men are hot, and then you picture like a bald man that like watches My Little Pony, you're not
Yeah.
gonna say that he's hot just because he's bald.
If he looked like Jason Statham,
Like, look at
he
this
would
Rock,
be hot.
You know?
I do kind of like Fluttershy.
Still handsome.
That's my favorite pony.
Rainbow Dash has a little bit more fun to her.
I've slung quite a bit of girt to Rainbow Dash. What? You say you slung some girt to Rainbow Dash? Yes, spurt the girt.
Did
Bro,
you
this Rock.
spurted the girt?
Yeah, The Rock's goofy as hell looking. Never mind, The Rock is not attractive. He's just buff. We can just like talk about like look at Vin Diesel. Vin Diesel looks like Vin Diesel is buff and bald, but he is actually not attractive. So maybe I was wrong. Nothing I say in this episode should be taken seriously, honestly. Dude, look at Vin Diesel. He's
He looks like a guy from Jersey.
He does.
he just looks like a Jersey Shore.
He probably is.
Holy crap, the one of him leaning over the bar with the cigarette in his hand. That's great. That's awesome. Hey, if you were famous, do you think that you would like have a huge ego, or do you think you would like how would you what would change in your personality if you were famous?
How famous are we talking about?
How famous do you want to be?
I don't think I could handle being in a stratosphere of somebody like a Brad Pitt. You know, somebody like that truly can't walk down the street ever again.
That would suck.
Or like a Justin Bieber, you know, like I don't think I could hang with that.
That's true.
But I think I would be able to adjust relatively to like a.
I want to go to Banana Republic and people take a picture of me, or they go, "Oh my God, it's so good to see you."
Yeah.
But that's it. I don't have paparazzi. Yeah. But because what you're just saying right now, that's a great point. I would love to be recognized, but because I do desire fame. Like I'm not gonna shy away from that. Like riches don't really care. Fame, yes. I would love to be famous. I think it's just the attention thing.
It's just wanting to be validated, right?
Yeah.
It's wanting people to agree with what you're putting down.
Yeah.
Are you smelling what I'm stepping in?
Yeah.
So to speak.
So you would want to be like recognized, but not like paparazzi-ized, basically.
Sure.
Like no TMZ articles about you.
Sure. I think what I want is to be respected.
That's never
like I
happen.
want people to value what I've done more than maybe who it is that I am.
And you're like, yeah, I got this podcast. It's called Three Man Cult, and they're like, dude, that podcast fucking sucks.
You know what?
Like, yeah, we do.
Well, you can be infamous, you know.
You could be infamous.
True.
I don't want to. No, but I don't want to be infamous. I don't want to be like the.
I would hate to be infamous for being boring.
Right.
Like not like oh man, I hate those guys. They're so dumb the stuff they talk about, but like dude, I can't listen to them. They're so boring.
But we listen to them anyways.
I mean, that's what every podcast is, right?
I know, right?
You listen to a podcast
because we don't hang out enough face to face anymore.
Why?
Not to get on a huge soapbox bullshit about that. Obviously, people still do shit. People are spending their money more nowadays on anything that gatherings at events.
Oh, you mean like people that
But I'm
like,
saying like a podcast really feels like you're hanging out with people, right?
that's a good
Don't
point.
you, listener, viewer, right now feel like you're hanging out with a couple dudes and maybe you're just playing a video game
We're all
and whacking
hanging
off
out.
right now or
Yeah.
something, but we're kind of hanging out.
Viewer, whoever's watching this right now, say out loud while looking at the camera or while we look at the camera, say out loud how famous you want to be.
Ultra famous.
Albi, don't interrupt them. All right, now wait.
Whatever fame level you said,
Yeah,
I agree.
actually-
That's
yeah.
cool. That's probably for you is appropriate.
That could be great or bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I may or may not condone that.
Make sure to say anytime you give somebody advice, but IDK though.
That way you're not accountable, just in case it ruins their life. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, viewer. Now, scratch your armpit and smell it. And if it's kind of like astringent, can you go put some deodorant on and just like pause this episode and then come back? We could tell the viewers to do anything.
Be
whatever
honest,
we
because
want.
it's not obviously your butthole. What part of the body gets the smelliest on you on average?
Lower back.
Oh, okay. Do you have a back beard there?
I got some hair there.
Like specifically, you know what I'm talking about, where there's a little triangle, little almost diamond shape.
I think I unfortunately
hair
have
starts growing.
the back hair, yeah, because my lower back gets sweaty because I got this little flat tire, or what do you call it, the spare tire around me, of fat. So when I'm sitting in my car for a long time, it smells like Anime Expo. It smells like
Whoa,
a Super
yeah.
Smash Bro convention.
Yeah.
What about you? What's your smelliest part?
I'd say on the either side of my nutsack, you know, the highest you could say of your upper thigh. Let's say.
Oh, okay, yeah.
know what I mean?
So when you take a shower, do you scoop it and go, "Wow, yep, I produced
If
that
your
smell."
nails are just the right length, and you can scrape something off of there,
That sucks.
Give it to your cat or your dog a little bit.
As a little treat.
Just as a little treat. Not that I've ever done something that weird. I certainly wouldn't admit it on the internet.
You had a cat that died, right?
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. That's a fucked up joke.
From smelling under
Let me
the
just actually
fingernails.
bring up a real life animal death. What about you, Albi? What's your smelliest part?
I shave everywhere, so I
Oh.
smell pretty good.
Oh, dang. That's the secret.
I don't
Yeah,
believe you.
because I noticed something that with my armpits that they smell only when there's hair there. So
You shave
I
your
started-
armpits?
What?
Yep, everywhere.
Is that not like annoying to like have to like dude, I have no hair on my armpit like at all.
That's your
But I don't-
natural armpit?
But I don't shave, yeah. But natural armpit hair is just like wispy.
Yeah,
Wow,
so you
dude.
probably
Like
don't
a-
smell in your armpits that
Yeah.
much.
Wow. Okay, but
How
Albie,
can the rest of me be feminine? What the hell?
what about between your toes?
Do they? How do they smell?
Uh-huh.
My feet don't smell.
They smell okay. I wear slippers mainly.
Yeah, I bet you they smell.
Really?
Uh-huh. You ever smelled a girl's foot that wears Uggs a lot?
Do you want to smell each other's?
Yeah, but I smell mine. That's a bet.
Really?
Go ahead.
All right,
Dude,
I'm
bet.
gonna smell Albi's foot.
What I
one
want to
sec.
smell is your finger after you put your finger in between your toe.
Okay, all right. Let me smell Albi's foot.
Chances are, it should smell good.
He's smelling it, yo.
Whoa.
Is it good?
No smell.
No,
It doesn't smell good, but it doesn't smell like anything.
Okay. All
That's
right.
because I wear slippers. Your feet only smell
Should have gotten the
because
camera angle on.
because
With me prostrating myself before Albi to smell
Not in
his
the
feet.
budget.
Not in the budget.
We'll
So
get there.
okay, so Albi, would you like to be famous enough to have people smell your feet?
sure.
That's great. Next, we're going to cry on Albi's feet, wash it with our tears, and dry it with our hair. Is that too biblical?
You guys know the Pope died?
No, the old Pope.
Yeah.
Wait, which one?
It's that old Pope.
John Paul II? He died like 10 years ago.
Nope, a different one.
What was his name? Benedict?
Google it, man.
Okay, what's
I
the
don't know.
Pope's name? Dude, you're
I think it's
telling
Francis.
me
Pope Francis died.
Pope Francis died?
I don't know, man.
Right?
Pope death.
That's his name, right? Pope.
Look up Pope death and just don't type metal band because there's probably already a metal
There's a
band.
band called Pope Smoker.
Pope Smoker. That sounds cool. Wait, we know Pope Smoker.
Pope
Not personally,
death.
but we've seen them live. Right?
You tell me.
I don't know. Pope Benedict the 16th.
That's what
it's
I said.
Benedict.
He died at 95. Wow.
Look at that name though.
Yeah, Pope
Emeritus.
Benedict. Can we talk about how he skill issue 95? He couldn't even make it to 100. Come on, come on, dude.
Ew.
Dude, I liked Christopher Lee until he died at 92.
So you put a lot of stock in getting to that century
You
mark.
have to get to 100, man. You have to.
I would definitely like to be 100.
I want to live as long as possible.
I want to be an elf. They don't die.
Elves don't die.
Yeah, they don't die. Well, I mean, they can die, but they live forever.
Right, but then you get to choose. Yeah.
So
That's interesting.
that's actually that makes me think of what we were going to talk about, which was celebrity deaths. Mm-hmm. Literally, celebrity deaths. Which one hit you the most? Which one literally not like because like I've had a celebrity die like when Chester Bennington died I was sad. I
That's
didn't like
up there.
Linkin Park though.
He's
I
way
never
up there for me.
like who's a celebrity that when Christopher Lee died.
Oh, the answer
I
is
was-
Robin Williams.
Robin Williams.
So far up there.
I actually got sad when Robin
Yeah.
Williams died. Called all my friends. Yo, Robin Williams just died.
Yeah.
But like a lot of the times, like when someone dies, like when Aretha Franklin died, or who sings "Lovely Day"? What was his name? Oh my god, A Lovely Day. Who sings that? What's his name?
Lovely day. Lovely day.
What's his
Lovely
name?
day.
No, let's
You don't know his
A
name.
lovely day.
When I look at you, I know it's gonna be lovely day.
What? That's not
Bill Withers.
Bill Withers.
When Bill Withers died, I was sad. But I was sad like, man, that sucks, man. But
But
I
I
was,
don't have the same kind of emotional connection growing up with them.
yeah.
Yeah. So Robin Williams was definitely hard. I totally grew up. Think about
Cross-generational.
How much,
Yeah.
that he would shape your, because we're
But did you
90s
cry?
kids.
I didn't cry.
I've never actually cried at a celebrity death, I guess.
There's those trends going around on TikTok where people are just
Dude, that
making
is
up
so
celebrity deaths.
Fucked up. Don't do that.
I know that's actually messed up.
I don't think that's cool.
Yeah. No, I actually don't think that's
Have I
cool
laughed
either.
at a couple of them?
Well, let me ask you
I
an
have.
interesting question.
What?
Kanye West? Is he alive or is he dead?
Oh, he's like missing.
Yeah.
See, what I saw about that is like, he's missing, says his former agent that's trying to sue him right now, wondering why Kanye won't pick up his phone calls. I wonder why.
I think
But I
my
don't know,
dad is
I
dead
don't know.
because he's been out of the house for 13 years now.
Yeah, he's probably,
It's
maybe
like, no, I
he's
think he's
dead.
just avoiding you.
Wow.
Lovely day.
Is he missing?
Lovely day. Yeah, I don't know. Dude, if Kanye died, that would be pretty... I mean, I wouldn't, like, cry, but that would be pretty significant.
It would be insane. And it almost
huge,
seems, I don't want that
significant
to happen, but it almost seems like, the end of the tailspin that he's on.
Yeah, Kanye... I don't know.
He doesn't seem that far off the rails, but he really is, like, train wrecking his own life right
I
now.
have a good question for you guys.
What?
Minus the controversy, could he have been the greatest of all time?
I don't even think, I'm going to
don't know.
be really straight up with y'all. I don't even think Kanye deserves to be in the conversation.
What?
Damn.
His first 3 albums were so good.
Of greatest
Graduation's
rappers?
really good.
I think the first
College
3 albums
Dropout
are
was
great.
really
College
good.
Dropout is good. I get it, but I don't even think he's...
Wow.
I think he's... let me break it all down for you.
You're just saying you don't like Kanye's style, right? Like, you don't hate the person.
The only music I listen to is country and rap. I do think Kanye West is a genius. And we're disregarding everything going on right now.
Right, yeah. Geniuses are wrong twice a day.
Don't take this the wrong way. I do think he's a genius, but I don't think that he's even in that conversation.
Not even top 10?
It's subjective. Are we talking like what? Recording artists of all time? Hip-hop artists of all time? Songwriters? Is that what we're talking about?
Let's go hip hop artist.
I guess of this generation...
Let's start small and then make our
Of
way up.
his generation. of
Impact
his
is
generation.
undeniable.
Yeah.
But I just don't. I don't know. There's so much of it that doesn't connect, and I think that the back half of his catalog and his career totally taints it. And that happens to so many artists
fair.
when you just keep making music. You know that you're bound to not have some of that same juice. But I don't know, man. I just like people call My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy one of the best albums ever made, and that blows my mind. There's
What is that?
Radiohead's one of my favorite bands, and there's this big crossover of people who love Radiohead, widely considered critically one of the best bands ever, and people who love Kanye West and think the same thing as him as a hip hop artist, and I just don't understand that. I do not connect to that.
Oh, but Radiohead, I'm gonna say it. Their last couple albums weren't that great.
You know what?
Ooh.
I
thing.
could
Same
agree
thing.
with you. A lot of people think the last one was one of their better ones, way better than the previous one before that. I disagree.
But aren't you a
heartedly.
do or die Radiohead guy? Like, every release is good to you because it's special to you?
It will be special, and I'll probably be able to appreciate it in a different way because of the context that they hold in my life. But there's plenty of Radiohead songs I don't like. You know, I don't think they're flawless.
Yeah.
But I really think Kanye West is so overrated. That's totally my subjective opinion, but I just don't see like I don't know. I don't see it.
I mean, I think that's kind of the
He's a
thing
genius,
now.
and I'll say that again.
That's literally the culture thing in music right now, is that every biggest artist is actually just overrated. And it's like
Maybe.
purposefully overrated because it's almost like a joke, you know what I mean?
I don't think who's an artist I don't think is overrated. I don't think Beyonce is an overrated artist.
Beyonce's actually good though, but I'm talking about like Cardi B. I love Cardi B.
I
Get
don't
me
think
wrong.
Cardi B is overrated.
I think she is. I think that she's done what other people have already done. And I think Peaches and
Sure.
Cupcake are way better in terms of
I
like
think Cardi B, her style is it's very, it's very New York.
do I love Wet Ass P Word? Absolutely. I love that song. And I love it even more when Ben Shapiro reads the lyrics. Have you seen that video?
He doesn't think that's physically. What's he say? Like that's.
Get a bucket and a mop for this wet ass P word. My wife is a doctor and she's told me that P words don't get wet and not to worry about it. And that no, she's not watching the TV. She just looks in that direction while we make love. So that was a good one.
That's pretty good, Ben.
Dead on.
Pretty good.
Dude, have you seen Ben Shapiro recently? Like, he'll be watching, like, clips of, like, femboys in, like, cat ears and, like, little paws going, like, yeah, with their, like, smooth bodies. And then Ben Shapiro's just like, this is embarrassing. And it's like, You like it? You like it, Ben?
Why is he?
I love it, though.
Wow.
He's like, okay, let's see what this femboy thing is all about. And then he watches it and goes like, obviously I don't like this. And then all of a sudden you see the cursor go and like hit the favorite button.
Command D.
That's a whole nother world that Ben Shapiro's being opened up to. I never realized that boys could be femme, but Ben Shapiro is a femboy. Like
I can't say I engage with a lot of Shapiro content.
I don't on purpose. It just kind of pops up randomly, and I'm like, oh, okay.
I could see how your algorithm would be catered to, like,
Probably.
stark conservatism, supremacy.
You know what I will
ideals.
say? Controversial opinion. I would love to have Ben Shapiro on the podcast. That would be actually amazing.
Yeah, we're talking about fame. I'm willing to sell my soul for fame.
No. I don't want to have Ben Shapiro on here to talk about politics or to make fun of him. But I feel like Ben Shapiro adds that like comedic sense of like uptightness that would be really fun to talk to.
Well, I would like to see what he's actually like as a person.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing with so many of those kinds of people. Whether you want to call
what are we
it
calling them, grifters?
That's the word I had in my mind. The authenticity is so. I wonder how many of them were real, and we don't have to go so far down this rabbit hole. But like Bill O'Reilly, seemed a little bit more real.
Bill O'Reilly's real.
Tucker Carlson, I don't think he believes a word that comes out of his own mouth.
Yeah.
I don't think Ben Shapiro probably does either. But that doesn't make it any less harmful or bad, right? If they're
the thing.
It makes it worse almost.
I don't know.
At least if you have conviction.
Yeah, I guess so.
You believe what you're trying to
But
push.
I mean, really, once you get to that point where you're making money off of politics, it doesn't matter what side you're on. You're no longer altruistic.
Yeah,
in my opinion. I think that liberal or Democrat or Republican or conservative, you get to a certain point where you're just like, if I stop now, I'm gonna lose money, so I just have to keep going.
You have to double down.
And that's why when you see them being approached in public, like Tucker Carlson, where people are like, you're ruining people's lives, he's like, you're ridiculous. It's like he's like in khaki shorts, like walking around with his wife. It's like, dude, he doesn't care, man. He just made money off of.
He just made $1.7
like who else makes
$1
money? Don Lemon. Don Lemon makes money off of being a news anchor hack guy.
Yeah, and he's soft.
Yeah.
Are we getting too political?
They stoke fear.
Fuck them all. Right?
Yeah.
Except for Ben Shapiro. Have you seen the videos of him like flexing and going like, "I'm gonna take you to the gun show," and he's actually got muscles? It's like, why isn't he fun?
Ben Shapiro, why isn't he fun?
Ben Shapiro needs a good night out. He needs to come home with like a lampshade on his head and be like, "I had a great time last night when I went out with my friends."
He needs to spend like a year with people that aren't the same race, class, or creed as him.
True.
And then see if he feels differently about life.
Your Kanye rant kind of sounded like Ben Shapiro's rap rant. Felt really
it's just
racially
not
motivated.
It's very good.
There's no musical compound to rap music.
So who's your favorite rapper?
Except for Eminem. Eminem makes great music.
MF Doom.
My favorite
Doom,
rapper? Okay, MF Doom is pretty good.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Who's your favorite rapper, Albi? Is it Kanye?
No. Oddly enough, no.
No, we can't say Kanye anymore. Even if you do like Kanye, you can't say it.
His name is Ye.
Oh, that's right. His name is Ye.
You get it right.
Yeah.
Am I actually dead naming him by calling him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he legally changed his name.
Yeah.
He'll get pissed. He'll probably leave your podcast if you call him Kanye.
You know what? I changed my mind. I don't like white blonde people. I thought you loved him, though. Yeah. Who's my favorite rapper?
Greatest rapper of all time is Rick Ross.
Rick Ross?
GOAT rapper?
I'm just kidding, but he's my favorite rapper.
Shouts out all the pair. You ever seen that Rick Ross clip?
No.
Can you please Google this?
Are we pulling up
Don't
a
know
clip?
if we're allowed to show this, but please Google Rick Ross shouts out all the pair.
What?
Everybody needs to see.
Okay. All right. Oh, you know who my favorite rapper is?
Yeah, lay it on me.
Is it Rick Ross?
John Soyeon from G Idol. She's a K-pop star, but she's really
it's
good
6
at rapping.
seconds.
I eat pears now and shit like that. Shout out to all the pear.
Yeah, shout out to all the pair.
Like pears?
I think he's just, if you see that whole clip, he's like just obviously super fucking stoned and doing this interview, and something gets mentioned about pears, and he just says, shouts out all the pears.
Didn't Rick Ross used to be a correctional officer or something like that?
Is he a little snitch?
I think he used
I
to
don't
be
think so.
like.
Let me see.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I
Look up
think
what
you're
it-
right about this. I've heard that though.
Shout out to all the Bears.
Rick Ross job. Let's see.
What does that even mean?
He's a rapper, former athlete.
Oh, former
First
athlete.
job. Oh, his first job was
Correctional officer. Oh my gosh, Rick Ross is a snitch.
Okay, so when you try to sing along to your favorite rap songs, this is what I've started doing, and I think it's effective. When it gets to that word, I say fella. And I feel like fella is really appropriate. Like there's a Rick Ross line I'm thinking of right now. When it comes to making money, fellas, we the best. It works, right? It
Yeah.
allows me to still engage and learn the lyrics to your song and still feel like I'm allowed to.
Well, okay, so I don't really know many rap songs that like by lyrics. I used to listen to Tyler the Creator, which
Yes.
oh my god,
I had
it's literally sprinkled everywhere.
I had a crazy obsession at the time.
And he hits like the hard R and everything. So,
So did Earl back in that time. Hardcore.
Earl did?
A lot of R.
I think that like when I listen to rap, I don't really like rap along in the first place. So because I'm like,
Oh,
just
I'm the same
listening.
way, yeah.
I just kind of like sit and listen to it. But if it's like a melody, I'll sing it.
Okay,
And-
you're into hooks.
Well, I just like singing. I don't really care about rapping. I'm terrible at rapping.
Oh, that's not true. I think you're a good rapper.
Really?
Yeah.
I could do a whole Earl Sweatshirt song if you guys want.
Mom or dad and
Do
a
it.
country buck and a barnyard where they all fuck. All three of them. That's the only lyric. Okay, sing your favorite rap song right now, or rap it. Rap.
You really want me to?
No, yeah, just smoothly. You better
Just
not
smoothly
hesitate
just
on the
drop
fellow
it.
word.
I'm gonna hesitate on the fellow word because it's really early in the beginning, and it's a. See, this is the thing. It's a hard R.
Oh, I know
I could
one.
say fellers,
Oh, you could say fellers, yeah.
Oh,
but even this line, the Earl Sweatshirt line, is even. Do you want to know what it is?
Yeah, what is it?
Okay, so here, how's it go? Now I gotta think back in my head to these lyrics.
I do know Odd Future, actually. Odd Future is really good. They have a rap.
It goes.
Tyler does.
Sweatshirt, Damogenesis, throwing chairs, killing shit. I'm half privileged, think white, and half feller lips. That's what Earl Sweatshirt says.
I was like, how do you rhyme privilege? And that still doesn't rhyme. That's great, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But see, I appreciate the craft of that line. And it's just, but I understand that I'm not allowed to participate
Dude.
in that.
Tyler, the Creator, I don't know. Do people still like him?
Yeah, people
Have people
love
ever
He
liked
won
him?
Grammy like album of the year last year.
Okay, good. What was the last album he came out with?
I forget what it's called. It was pretty good too.
But it has the doesn't it have that earthquake song?
That's
yeah,
Igor.
he like really blew up.
That's Igor, right?
I see. This is the thing. In 2011, the first time I heard Yonkers, completely rocked my entire world.
Such a good song.
There was no coming back for me. I was so deeply into the Odd Future. I've seen Odd Future probably like 6 times.
Yeah.
I went to the first Camp Flogna. So obsessed.
You know,
But after a couple of years, I just drifted. I don't know, like 4 Tyler albums.
oh, yeah, same. After Cherry Bomb, I fell off.
Yeah.
But, like, you know what I liked about Tyler? That I just realized the thing that made him different from the other rappers at the time is his beats sounded like some horrorcore type shit. Where it's like,
Yeah.
it's like dark and like dismal and it's really cool, but he's not sitting there doing insane clown posse lyrics like Hobson.
Well, he kind of
like
was
my
for a
twisted
minute.
mind, coming to my emporium. I hate that
But he
shit's so
kind of
stupid.
was.
Really?
He would mention and say he got a lyric where he says, we're not horrorcore.
Yeah.
But they were.
Really?
What I think that they were
Mm-hmm.
trying to do was display this message that they're not the 50 Cents and the Rick Rosses and the Gucci Manes. They're
yeah.
never going to be
They're
like
controversial.
that. It's
Yeah,
so
but they're kind
stupid
of like
to
3-6
be-
Mafia though, right? The early
I
stuff was
guess
kind of like 3-6.
3-6 would push that into even going back to like Wu-Tang where they were singing about different kinds of things. But I think Odd Future was like those kind of rappers are lame, and what we're doing is pointing that out
Mm-hmm.
by being horrific. Like there's a Tyler line like
I'm gonna look something up while we
instead
do.
of stacking cash, like we could stack a couple dead bodies. Like obviously Tyler Creator's not stacking dead bodies, but he's just saying aren't both of those things as farcical as the other one? Stacking up cash there's no point.
There is actually, I will say, a great song that I like to rap along to. I just remembered. This is the lyric that one of my favorite lyrics. Okay. Abracadabra, boom, shakaday. I'm Violent J, and I'm back like a vertebrae. And I come with a hat
sick.
full of tricks, trunk full of Fago, car full of fat chicks. The next line is, ha 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 ha, fuck you. Wicked clowns, we say. That's a great song. That is a Hocus Pocus by ICP. I know Insane Clown Posse is a meme, but they're actually pretty dope.
Look, there's a time and a place for everything, and that community, wildly positive.
Yeah, is like the what do they call themselves? Juggalos?
Juggalos, yeah.
They're called juggalos.
They are juggalos. Okay, juggalos and juggalettes, right?
Yeah, they have a good community.
Are
I
they
think.
actually like super chill? Like,
I think so.
Incredibly
I have a
chill.
lot of friends who are like super into it.
I feel like
they're
they
all really nice.
They
Yeah.
would like fight for you. Those are the
yeah,
type of
they're
people.
ride or dies. 100%.
Yeah.
Super tight knit. It's like a outcast,
That's
whatever kind of person you are.
respect. That's awesome.
It is kind of cool. I cannot hate it all on ICP. You haven't seen that video of the Violent J
Yes.
and his furry kid?
And his furry kid, yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, people first language. Kid who is a furry.
Oh, what is people first language?
You don't say like homeless people. You say like people who are homeless.
Ah, interesting.
It's not the main thing about them, right?
Right.
Let me throw this in there. Tech 9. What do you guys think about Tech 9?
Pretty great. Pretty cool.
Fast.
I saw Black Hippie
So
one
Dope
time.
is a really cringy song, but he is very fast. My favorite Tech 9 song is the Cypher, the strange music Cypher that he does on top of the building. That was just one of the coolest rap videos I've ever seen because he's rapping and
I would say definitely very good at videos.
yeah. There's like shots where he like freezes and the whole thing goes black and white except for the strange thing in the background that turns red. And I was just like, what the hell? Like,
Dope.
rap videos are just so sick. Rap videos are on par with like K-pop videos in terms of like visual crack.
Well, that's what they stole.
Even though I know you do not like K-pop. I'm going to make you watch K-pop videos. No joke. I'm actually going to make Tanner do this.
All right.
After this episode, I'm going to see what you think. Only
I'll
the male
indulge a
groups,
little.
though. Only the male groups.
Only the male groups.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You're not allowed to look at the other
I
ones.
liked Gangnam Style, but that was fucking. I don't want to talk about how long ago that was. It makes me feel old.
Gangnam Style. I know we were just talking about rap and now K-pop. I just wanted to bring this up because when I was reading or when I was learning about the history of K-pop, apparently K-pop was not able to break through the border interest around the world, like international borders of interest, if that makes sense. No
okay.
one in America cared about K-pop for the longest time, but K-pop, everyone that likes K-pop and does K-pop in Korea loves American music. That's literally it's like a carbon copy of American music, but in Korea. And then the joke of the K-pop world broke through with Gangnam Style, and that's how the world found out about K-pop. Maybe I'm wrong on that. Maybe I don't actually know about the like small like things that got through.
I disagree because like there was what's that group? Big Bang. Big Bang got like started getting really huge.
I guess I've never heard of that group.
Yeah.
Never heard of
Really?
them. I just knew Oppa Gangnam Style. And that video was pretty good. And the song was mediocre.
The dance is legendary.
The dance is legendary. But then BTS is like the biggest that it's ever been, I think.
Oh, Big Bang Theory.
Seems like it, right?
Big Bang
I don't know much.
K-pop.
Oh, Big Bang Theory. Speaking of not funny sitcoms.
I would agree with you when it comes to sitcoms. That's probably the worst show of all time.
Yeah. I know the joke. You know what the joke is? I'm going to write a Big Bang Theory
Here we go.
joke.
Being
real
smart
quick.
is funny.
They're kind of like what?
I'm having a throbbing vein in my temporal lobe. And then the blonde girl goes, your temporal lobe? I'm stupid and a white girl. And he goes, sorry, I have a headache. Oh, I know what a headache is. Canned laughter. That's Big Bang Theory.
Uh-huh.
Was that good?
That was probably the highest rated
this is
episode.
The Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, I did actually. Oh my gosh.
These are the guys that set it up.
They were called Big Bang Theory?
No.
They're not
Big Bang.
welcome in my country.
But like G-Dragon.
G-Dragon's huge, yeah. You know what the best part about K-pop men is? Is that they're hot, even as straight men.
They're hotter than the K-pop women.
And then 21, right?
Now 21, I feel like I heard of.
21 K-pop.
To anyone. It's spelled
To
N-E-1, yeah.
And then
21. Yeah, that's... oh my
That's how you
God.
spell 21?
That's the one thing about K-pop is they do these like portmanteaus with like numbers and letters that they like spell stuff. Is that
Okay, you know big words like portmanteau.
Portmanteau. Did
And
you know
then,
that portmanteau is a portmanteau of Portman and toe?
And there's one more that was like really famous.
Hey, I have some good port if you want to try some.
That's this one.
Yeah.
I didn't bring it, so.
There's so many people that are going to watch this episode that are going to be like, what the
You guys
I'm
remember
done.
her? How you
And they're
know?
just closing the
Other
tab.
people have ADD too, bro.
I
They
would
can
love
hang.
to listen to a podcast with ADD.
You remember her, Chad?
No, actually. I've seen her name, but
She's
I'm
a
not
rapper.
familiar with her.
No,
John Soyan,
no.
best rapper in K-pop right now. Supposedly, she holds the first, second, and third spot for fastest rap in K-pop.
Oh.
Who's what? Like words per minute?
Remember that song, Bubble
Syllables a second. That's
You
how
guys
they
heard this
measure it.
song?
Okay.
8 syllables a second. Bubble pop? No.
Bubble
Pop?
pop?
Really?
Yeah, don't wait, don't
We're
open
gonna
it.
get struck.
Don't get us copyright now.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right.
And then
you're
the episode
We're
ends.
striked.
We got striked. Sorry, Albie. We don't get to listen to your
we can
music.
listen to we can listen to 6 seconds of it.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's listen.
That's the
let's
limit.
let's play 1 second of it.
1 second.
1 second. Just 1 second.
How many rap
Oh,
can
that's
you
so
do?
much work. I don't want to find it.
Okay. Anyways, back to rap. ICP. Juggalos, juggalettes, super nice people. You know what they're like? I was gonna say this. The Juggalo community is like a biker gang that won't kill you if you leave it.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I
Okay.
mean?
That's a
Does
good
that make
way of-
sense?
Yeah, it does.
And the reason I say that is because I went to a party at a friend's house where he was staying for a second, and he lived with a family member who had, or sorry, he lived with a person who had family members in a legitimate like chopper gang.
Okay.
And I met them and I got really wasted with them, and we were all hanging out, and I think the guy's name was, I guess I should not say what his name was actually, because I know his street name, and I'm not going to do that.
Chopper Gang guy, that's what they called him.
Chopper Gang
Dude,
guy.
what the fuck? No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, no.
Chopper gang.
He was like you should join. You should join. You would love it. We take care of our people. He was like, we will be there to literally kill someone if you need it. He said, we will fight and die
Sounds
for
like
you.
a gang.
But he said, we also expect you to fight and die for us.
Yeah.
And I was just like, hell no, man. Hell no.
I don't know how to fight or die.
I don't know about that. I want security detail. I do not want to be going to jail.
I'll make
for
the
that.
snacks for
What?
when you guys come back from.
Yeah.
You know,
murderous
I'll be the
gang, too.
water guy that gets killed when he's just
Yeah.
chilling in the shop.
ICP parties are very huge.
Really?
Yeah.
They're like Gatsby style.
Their festivals seem
They're
legit.
What is it called again? The Gathering.
The gatherings, yeah.
The Gathering.
Uh-huh.
We should go to the Gathering.
Yeah.
Where do they hold it? Can you look up where the Gathering is, Albie? Let's
If I
see
had to
when and
guess,
where the next Gathering
in Southern
is.
California, I would say
what? Just like what? The Gathering? Just
No,
type in the
not
Gathering.
so-
Inland Empire.
No way, not SoCal. It's got to be in the
ICP
Midwest or something, right?
Gathering.
You don't
Or
think
the
they
South?
You don't think they tour around?
Oh,
Thank
maybe
you,
they do.
Juggalos. Gathering of the Juggalos.
All right, let's see when the next one is. 2023, baby.
Oh,
Gathering of the Juggalos, not safe for work picks. Whoa!
ICP Gathering 2023. Here we go.
We're gonna have a great time.
Are we gonna go, guys? Is this the
I'm
thing?
actually like more than down to go to the Gathering. Are you?
Do you have an RV?
Well, we need to go to the Gathering and show the podcast listeners. We need to show them what we do, right?
They have no
No
updates
artists, no nothing. Where is it though?
Well, stay
it's
tuned.
In,
yet. Oh, wait,
it's
to
in
be determined
Ohio.
in Ohio.
Okay, August 2023. Dang, that's quite a ways away.
Ohio's
Yeah.
like
Well, we'll see where LeBron James used to live.
That's right.
Did he live in Ohio?
Yeah.
Oh,
Akron.
man.
yeah, brother.
Dang. He's still a
Akron.
Laker, right?
Yeah. Still like
Okay. Dope.
they're not doing good.
No.
No,
I'm
that
not
championship seems like a long time ago.
I'm not in the basketball sphere anymore.
Yeah.
My extent of basketball knowledge is 2009 Pistons versus Lakers.
Where
That's where it was just like I stopped watching basketball.
But that wasn't 2009.
yeah.
Wasn't it?
No. It's
Wait, was it 2006?
before that.
No, 2009 was Celtics versus Lakers, right?
Yeah.
Right.
when was
and
the
everybody
Piston-
calls them Celtics for sure.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
How do you pronounce tuberculosis?
Turbingen.
You almost got us fucking canceled. I hope you know that right now.
Slimergen.
I'm just kidding.
King.
Turn the light off on Tanner. Just turn it off. All right. That's what Tanner's going to be like for now. We're doing that in post. What was I going to say? Shaq walked off the court that year. That's how he quit.
2003.
Yeah, that was.
What? No,
that's,
way.
No, 04.
Okay, I was gonna say I had to have been old enough to know what was going on.
Yeah, that was.
And in 2003, I was like 2.
Because they took it. The Lakers took it back from the Pistons, who had been, doing it for a while there.
Yeah, so 2004 when I was 3.
Yeah. When I was graduating from high school in 2010, it was literally during the probably game 5 of the finals, the rematch of the
Celtics.
Lakers and Celtics.
Good rematch.
And it was funny because you know how you do your graduation and they say your name when you go up there. They say everybody's name, and you could put your middle name, but you could put anything. And sometimes people sometimes people will put something different, like a little message in there. And I remember I won't say the kid's name. I'll fill it in with something weird. But when he went up there to get his diploma, it was like Thomas Lakers 49, Celtics 48. Thomas. I'll never forget that because everybody's so interested in basketball.
That's hilarious. He put the
Anyway.
score that was.
Yeah, that was currently right there. He kept
Wow.
looking at his phone.
So, what do you guys want to just end the episode?